Alright, guys, so I watched something pop up last night as this live is still going. And, I'm like, what the fuck? So it's how I ended up over here, I think, anyway. Um, so, um, during this live, something is posted by Fluffer, and it makes me curious. So, I come over here, and then, I get up on there, whatever. But, here is a mind fuck for you. Okay? Just an example. Truth versus lie. Okay? And damage control by two in the very center of this scamathon and criminal con artist ville that is this particular sector of YouTube creators surrounding missing and murdered children's cases and domestic violence survivors and victims' cases. Alright, now watch. Okay? And Fluffer and Slithers are on damage control right now. But watch. And I'm going to do this in a lengthy enough manner so people can't be like, oh, well, it's out of context. Because you know how I hate that shit too. But anyway, here you go.
Uh, so if that got repeated to him, it won't be the first time you heard it. But I don't know what her plan or plot was, but it didn't go anywhere. But she does. What's funny is, so we know that it was almost a plan.
And what he's talking about is Lizzie, who was absolutely part of the con stuff last year and threats, and she was also working for BK because she was helping attack me during a certain cycle. And he's talking about how even he, who didn't know anything about anything, was trying to be used by 423 and Lizzie after BK. But yeah, so here you go. Which is wild when you think about it, considering his connections to Molly and stuff too. But anyway, it's just, like I said, everything's twisted over here. But carrying on.
Plant, right? We know it's a plant, and then we also know now that her man is scamming people on these dating thing, whatever it was. What was it? The dating app.
I'm not sure if he was using it.
Oh, they met through YouTube.
Well, he was scamming women. He was scamming women on this dating thing.
He may have done that as well, yeah. But the one that he scammed with the Cumulus ads, he met through YouTube, being Summerwell's hero.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're talking about 423 here and Lizzie.
We know he took a figure close to $2,000, $1,900 from one certain lady, and it was meant to be for the billboard, but then.
And the thing about that is that there was way more than that. There are others that gave and did, but anyway, yeah. But that's just the one.
A few hours later, he sent it to Q Carlock.
Huh. Yeah, she gives me a list of channels that are exploiters. So that might be interesting. I'll just skim through this right quick. Let's see, where'd I end up? My kids. Okay.
And notice he said she gave me.
Okay, that's the list. Chasing Truth.
Say, before you start, I found it so weird when Lizzie was emailing me, because she said she had all this stuff, but yet she said she was waiting for the right time to release it, and that time just never came. It just kept going and going.
Why? That's exactly what she said when she said. That's exactly what she said when.
Now, look, I can tell you that Brad and them do indeed have a bunch of stuff. However, all they really want to give out is stuff to burn the shit out of the rest of them that kicked him off the bus like I told him was going to be done. The best thing he could do was go to the damn feds and turn himself in and do whatever and la la la, because he was going to be the fall fucking guy. And you could see it coming, but, they kept doing whatever and fucking around. But, the thing about this place is you do have to hold so much back. And there are right times and wrong times to release, and you never give everybody anything, like all of everything over here, because you can't trust a motherfucker over here, okay? And that's just coming from, they don't even trust each other as creators because they know how they are, right? But when you're hunting them in a sense of these are all fucking criminals, you damn sure don't do that, right? But Lizzie and Chase's motives were entirely different, and like he said earlier, it's, it was a plan, everything's whatever. So their motives are entirely different, but I do know Chase has a bunch of shit in the background. It's just like he made sure stuff was sent along to me, and otherwise, so. And here you go.
She said, I'm waiting for the right time to release it. I'm trying to give it to John right now. And then all of a sudden, John doesn't want nothing to do with it. It's the same line she said. Why? Let me show you.
And by the way, during that period, what was happening was Q Carlock was making her rounds. For some reason, had moved over to John's channel and was in the chat just like constantly. And people were trying to push me over there too. And it was after the Conathon, whatever, and I obviously wasn't going to go hang out wherever Q was hanging out at, but it was a very weird time. That's all I'm saying.
Let me show you. It's crazy that you said that. Oh, hold on. Hold on one second. I wonder if it's a copy paste.
She was hideous, Lizzie. Her all rolling, it was horrible.
Yep.
She embedded all her subscribers within mine as well at the time. Because I was obviously anti-reward fund scamathon, and so was she. So all her subscribers ended up embedded in mine.
And when he says hideous, he really... I don't even know if poor Carl knows how hideous. I didn't even know who the crazy bitch was until she tagged me one day, like threatening me physically in a video. But then she and others started with BK naming their... And this is one of the first errors of them attacking my animals, right? And trying with that bullshit. Because it's rinse repeat over here. But, they all started naming, videos they were doing after my dogs not long after that. And then it all culminates with, BK killing the one on the live. And stuff happening here in real life where my dogs were being cut loose and pulled up. Yeah, I mean, like, you just, yeah. But, everybody's just crazy around here, I guess.
But I knew they were just sitting there waiting for me to say anything wrong about Don Wells or something, which they didn't agree with their "you attack, we defend" mantra. And they were all poised as Benny's little minions to then strike on me, which is when I basically started on Benny, just because of Lizzie, basically.
Yeah. Let me go back here. I just got a text. So where's this at?
There's an awful lot.
There's no billboard scam. There is no money missing. All money accounted for was nothing but a mind F. I have all the receipts proving that. YouTubers interfered with it and caused problems. All that happened was that a donor jumped the gun, paid for it twice without talking to anyone. She was refunded her money back. I have in her own voice admitting that. Here's the list she gives me. I'll read this far. She says these are, okay, BK, most of these people have no idea who they are. BK, Nita's World, Mystery Angels,
Yep.
The Critters on the Farm, Chasing Truth, Cracking Cases, Six Up Media, Ziggy, Ernie Shell, Dolly. I don't even know how the people are, and I'm not. That's not my words, but I gotta. I don't know. I'll send them to you. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's a lot of information, man. It's just a lot of texting, but you know.
So you can see me pause
Just
here
the plan.
and where I stop and start. But like he just said, you know, it's bullshit, it's plant, whatever. But a lot of those people are at the center of all this shit. I will tell you that. But as you can clearly hear him say, she sent me a list. This is her list. That's what she sent me, as in Lizzie and Chase, right? As part of another piece of this stupid game these con-ass criminals all want to play throughout this scamathon.
I'd go over it all because it's going to tie into a lot of the conversations which we've already got. She's sort of saying the same things to you, which she said to other people, and she's all the while what they're doing here was trying to hide and protect Brad, and then hide the fact that she was in this relationship with Brad from one of the victims of their scamming, and hide it from everyone else while keep themselves in the clear, like Bonnie and Clyde, so they can run off into the sunset together scot-free. And it was never going to operate like that. It was never going to work like that. And you've got some of the story a little bit further up along the line, and maybe a little month or two ahead when she's been at her most quietest, when she's been trying to speak to people. That's where you've got it.
Hey, hi by the beach. I apologize.
Yeah. So there's that, right? And here's what the hell popped up during this live, after, you know, Slithers comes over, I guess, and has a fucking meltdown and stomps her foot and then gets her fluffer up out of bed in Canada to help her with her propaganda tour. Oh God, things are going all to hell, AB, help me! Roll out the red carpet for Princess. Help! So, Mr. Roomtimer and Quiet in the Corner decides to go hard with let me see videos. Yeah. Carl has a YouTube channel hit list, and here it is what homie says he comes out with, right? Right? So here's your lie. He says Carl has a YouTube channel hit list, and here it is.
Friends, I'm just over in this White Boy Lockdown Radio's chat, and he's got Carl in this Why Crime up on panel. Anyway, Carl has a short list of enemies of his, or channels that he's deemed.
How many times is he gonna say Carl has? Carl has. Carl has. That's not what was just said.
As exploiters. Let's have a look.
She says these are, okay, BK, most of these people have no idea who they are. BK, Nita's World, Mystery Angels, The Critters on the Farm, Chasing Truth, Cracking Cases, Six Up Media, Ziggy, Ernie Shell, Dolly.
Yeah, but it's Carl's, right?
Friends, I'm just over in this white boy lockdown.
Yeah. There's your mind fucked for you. And then at the same time, you have I don't want to click on it, but whatever. We'll do it for the sake of everybody's fucking brain today. Lord. And then this one, after she finishes on having a fit and meltdown with all her little horde of Kool-Aid drinkers, over there. When, you know, she shares a piece, right, to put the drop in the water by an obviously crazy fucking channel, whatever, but implying that Carl has something to do with CP, right? I had heard about his website before, but I thought all he did was photography, never even questioned if it was decent or tasteful. When I finally did look, what I found was a rabbit hole. Yeah, but in the piece, it's basically trying to imply Carl has something to do with CP or something. And even, look, from what I found, it is really just adult-oriented. No CP. I mean, the pictures they pick are just, I mean, you can tell they're grown women and all this other crap, right? And I don't know if Carl's affiliated with it or not, but it looks very much adult-oriented. I don't care. But, you know, it is what it is. But the drop in the bucket, basically, if you go look at that Wackadoodle channel, is that Carl has something to do with CP in this era, and it's to hurt Carl's image. It's a hit piece. And, you know, it's her trying to do damage control. And, you know, it's what these two are notorious for in this little circle, right? That she and then MGL and whatever have built, but that's also not quite the truth. But, either way, you know, their little jobs and roles amongst it are pretty clear. But, there's a short story for you last night of how you're mind fucked and how you're treated as chat and human beings. And, yeah, oh, and then there's one on me. She's advertising for a channel that's been losing viewers, so that one's going hard right now. Because they all know they can grow as channels if, you know, these throw money at them and then they talk shit about somebody and drag them all over the fucking internet. So, you know, it's just a coordinated, concerted effort and a mindfuck of you all as chat. But as you can clearly see, that goes on during, White Boy, and they start doing damage control and having fits and meltdowns, and to build everybody's channels as well, make no mistake about that. And, you know, you also have no connections everywhere, really, but that everything there last night is also a fucking game by everybody connected. But, you know, eventually as time unfolds, we'll get there for the full story and all the players. And that still yet what you see and hear is not what you see and hear. And even those outing and doing and whatever and seem like are still part of this fucking game. And I hate to coin it game, because it's not. It's real crimes. What you're seeing are real crimes taking place in real time. Real, like, baby psyops, bullshit, by a mass amount of little random ass criminals around the country and world who have, unfortunately, YouTube channels, and they're using those to terrorize and harm and destroy around missing and murdered children's cases and domestic violence victims, survivors and fighters and those who have not made it out, cases like potatoes and things, to make cash on. And it really is like their feeding ground, because here they think, giant ass legal buffers because it's online, or they won't ever face consequences like they do and have in real life. And they get paid for the abuse and the crimes they commit here, unlike real life. And so it really is just like, it's like Templeton at the circus for them. Smorgasbord, with very little oversight, they think. And like the previous cases and things, they've gotten the hell away with it, they think, on those as well. But they're still playing it like it's YouTube. Either way, I just wanted to show you, in a short fashion, how that went last night. But yeah, there's your truth versus lie, your propaganda, your mind fuck, and your damage control of criminals. Who are absolutely destroying and trying to ensure that Summer's not found, because, and they do hope on a year or two, because at year 2 they can hold some other vigil to make some more cash on Summer's name, and they can keep bringing it up like they do all the others, where the poor children's bodies and things still aren't found, and probably because of them interfering and inserting and whatever else. Man, these people are pretty damn dark and deep, yo. Okay. This is not entertainment, a damn soap opera in an interactive way. This is dark, y'all. This is dark. Truth versus lie. Reality versus